I just wonder if you would comment, just listening to everything, and I'd love to hear your point of view.
I'm not not sure I can do justice to it, Wally, the way you think, but like I at this point I've not been a big user of small area games. My approach over the last 3 years of my coaching, active coaching, has been to um, break down all of the structural parts of the game, the power play formations, the PK formations, the defensive zone coverage, the attack options, build them all into drills, uh, but don't mandate that they use any one of them in any particular situation, because I believe they're all interchangeable in all zones. The principles of support and so on are all interconnected, irregardless where you are on the ice. And then my drill exercises, when we're not working in stations on skill development, are exercises where, for instance, on the breakout, you'll set it up where a puck will be dumped, the D will go back and retrieve, a support will come down, they'll break out, they'll go down the rink, they'll take a shot on goal, the D gaps up and stays with the play, the forward would take a new puck and come back one-on-one. Basically, it's a game within the game, and it incorporates all of the parts, but it's not labeled as a breakout. It's not labeled as an attack. It's just, this is the game as we play it. These are the things you need to watch for, and the way you can react one way or the other to the way things are going on. And then when the games start, the competitive games, the players just adapt these things into their play. It's in my opinion, it's creating a different habit pattern for them, so that they just instinctively go to these things when they're under the pressures of the game. And I've had good success with it, and I plan to continue with the team I'm working with this year.
Richard, I'd love to hear your comments, because this is what I'm talking about. Rick expressed it. We're from the old school, whole teaching of skill, drill adaptation, creating your own drills to serve a purpose. So, Richard, what do you think now, combining everyone's thoughts?
Well, as they say, that's a deep thought. The whole idea of, I mean, I'm from that school as well. I am of an age where you know, breaking it down and breakouts and so on. But looking at the guys that I've got right now, as because that's my most immediate term of reference, compared to, you know, teams I coached 15, 20 years ago, which is just a blur now. A breakout begins with a puck recovery, as I put in the note in the chat. Get it, keep it. You got to get the puck first. So, you know, you got to be able to get the puck. Then you got to make a decision on what you're going to do with it. Pattern stuff at the minor hockey level, you know, for the vast majority of kids playing and coaches working with players under the age of 14, 15, is not really a consistent part of the game. Like I saw an article recently about doing 3-on-2s and the different kinds of ways to do 3-on-2s. And, you know, I've asked coaches in clinics, how many times do you have a 2-on-1? A bona fide 2-on-1 in a game. You know, I asked a coach just last night about, what did I ask him now? Was it about 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s? I think it was 3-on-2s, because he was talking to me about how we wanted to do something in his practice. They were 12-year-olds. So they were tier 2, tier 3, tier 2. And how many, you know, he was doing a 3-on-2 drill, and he was pretty proud of the drill. I said, okay, well, how many 3-on-2s do you get in a game? Oh, he goes, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3. So you're spending 15 minutes in your practice on something that happens 2 or 3 times in a game. The kids, there's too many decisions for the kids to make. Let's break it down. 2-on-1, 1-on-1, 2-on-1, small space? What kind of decisions do they need to make? What are your priorities? What are their priorities?
Excellent, Richard. Next week, I'm hoping Daryl Belfry will be on. I'm just holding up his book, and I've earmarked pages. He's talking about, we're talking about at another level. Transition is the game within a game, and being able to think ahead. He talks about in the offensive zone, being in good position defensively with the puck, anticipating what's happening. So his book is certainly something to take what I call the teaching aspect, although it isn't because they're playing, but because of his languaging, they're seeing more possibilities to their play. And I think that may be the line that Richard and I and Daryl's definitely taken it to another level. I was always confused. I just thought he was having a competitive, deliberate start to a game situation that they did over and over again. But reading his second book, it's beginning to make more sense to me and taking it to another level. So, Dean, I wonder if you're on and whether you've got anything to add, and then get back to John and Tom. You guys are brilliant. I'd just like to hear your thoughts.
Yeah,